lovelies. Hello, good morning. Queen of transforming twists into something that can be wearable. Anyway, good morning. How are you? How was the quarantining taking you? I know it's not a word, but can we just please flow with it? Anyway, so I'm going for mass. Let me tell you guys. So I went for what is it called? I went for the way of the cross at our cathedral, and I was ready to come back home because if like it felt not safe to distance myself from people that is at least a meter away, or there are people coughing all over the place, I was ready to come back home. But that went well. There was enough space, there were not that many people, and that went well. So then that gave me the strength or the security that I needed to then go for mass today, which is the same thing that I'm saying, that if it is not going to be safe, I'm not going to feel safe staying there, then I'll come back home and thank God that I had the opportunity to try, and that I'm going to try and keep myself safe and the people around me. So I hope that you're really taking care of yourself, and not just for you but for other people. For instance, for me, the one person that I'm really concerned about in my life is my grandma, because she has high blood pressure and she has diabetes. So if I could do anything to put her in danger, because she's not moving as much as I am. So if I would do anything to put her in danger, that would really not be a good thing. So keep yourself safe, not just for you, but for people that you love and people that don't have the same immunity as you and don't have the same strength as you. So speaking of which, guys, mode of transport, let me tell you, that is the one part that I don't have security in. So I'm preferring motorbikes more than every other thing. Hey beautiful people, thank you so much for being here. My name is Philomena. This is being Ilomiko. We live, we love and grow in grace. I realized that I did not intro this video, so I have done it right now. My name is Philomena. If you're new here, karibu sana. So one word to describe the whole experience of trying to go for mass yesterday: not worth it. And here's the thing, of course, going to church and having mass for me is always a good idea. Always love it, always have no complaint about it, always enjoy just the peace of being there. But this is the thing, yesterday I went for that mass and I was not at peace, because my mind was trying to process all these things. Am I keeping my hands to myself? Are my hands clean? Is the next person who is a meter away from me, on both sides, behind and front, are they safe? It's all these things. It's seeing kids playing and wondering why the parents not stopping them, because they could get infected. It was all these things that were happening within the span of that one mass that was very stressful. And by the time I came home, I was grateful that I had it. I went for mass, but it was just too stressful, and I thought I wish I had stayed home, unless it's an essential thing. There's really no point. And this is not even because the government is saying it, because it is the right thing to do. It is just for my peace of mind. And here's the one thing that I learned yesterday from that mass. So it was not all that bad. There was a good message that I learned, is that there is no bigger sacrifice right now. Offerings, any money you give to the church, any act of kindness, any greater act of kindness than staying at home, not just for yourself, not just to protect me, but to protect also the people that I love, the people that are weaker than I am. For instance, my shosho, if I get, I probably, I don't know, but I probably could deal with the sickness better than she would. So for her sake, I would, like, this is my greatest sacrifice I can do, is to stay home for her, for myself, and for the people that I truly love. So it is an act of kindness, and the greatest at that. Even Jesus said, there's no greater love than this, a man sets down his life for his friends, right? So most of us are taking this as a request. So when it is a request from someone, you can choose to do it or not, right? So it is like a request from our government, to stay at home, or it's a request from for the sake of the people who cannot deal with this sickness better. It is a request, and at this point, I think it has come where it has gotten farther and farther away from a request. Right now, it is a responsibility to yourself, to myself, a responsibility to the people immediately around me, and a responsibility to my country. It's not a matter of waiting for the policeman to come and take me away from a meeting that I needed to have. It is not something that I have to wait for the government to tell me don't do this in order for me to be safe. It is a responsibility. It is something that you have to say, you know what, I'm taking this on my own, and these are the measures that I'm putting, and these are the things that I'm doing to protect not just me, but people around me, and especially people who can be hit by this more than it can hit me. From my experience yesterday, just being outside there, is you can't be too careful, because even with having washed hands, having a sanitizer right there in my pocket that I can quickly use and feel better, I still felt unsafe. So I don't think that there's anything that you can do for it to be too careful, for you to be too careful. Truly, 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 I know it's a pandemic. It is, and it's devastating to see everything and the condition in the whole world. It is a lot. It's a lot, and it's stressful, and it feels like there's really nothing that you can do to help. But I want to say, and I want to insist on this one thing that I've been saying, is please try and stay calm, because I have realized that when you're not calm, when you're afraid and anxious and in fear, you stop focusing on the little simple things that you can do to help with a situation, and the situation looks bigger than you, and of course this is bigger than us, but hand washing is not bigger than you. You can wash hands in every 31 hour, or if you're not sure about the surface that you've held, you can use a sanitizer. If you do not have, get water and soap. And I say this because watching the news, you can hear people say, oh, the government needs to send us sanitizers and all that, and truly, 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 we need to know that if you don't have a sanitizer, that's okay, use soap and water. And because actually soap and water is much better than a sanitizer, we're being told that sanitizer is not a replacement of soap and water. Soap and water is actually the thing that is saving lives. So it's not about the big things that are out of our way, that we are not able to do. It's the simple things that you can do. It is staying at home. I'm reminding this one, but I don't even need to be reminded. Decided, it's just stay at home. It's wash your hands. It's clean your surfaces with whatever that you can, soap and water, and whatever sanitizer that you can have, or antibacterial soap that you can have. Whatever it is that you're able to do, just do it. And it is the simple things. But if you're not calm, if we get anxious and in fear, and we feel like this is way out of our hands and there's nothing that we can do about it, then we stop focusing on the things that we can, the simple things that we can do to help in this situation. And I don't think we want to get to that place. So I want to encourage you. I know it's hard. I know it is hard. It is hard. I've I have blocked all kinds of news feeds except the time when I'm in a good state of mind to watch any kind of that, or for the official things, like the briefings and all that. Because the more I get this information and people speaking about it, the more I feel like I'm going to go crazy, and that's not okay for my mental health. It's important to stay calm so that you can be able to be present and aware and conscious to do then the necessary things, and just so that life can be a little bit easier. And in honor of the staying at home, I saw this challenge. It's not, I don't know if it's a challenge, but it's, you write the people that you're staying at home for. And so I decided to come up with my own. So it says I stay at home for my soso. My soso is grandmother in Kikamba. I'm staying at home for my grandmother because she has diabetes and high blood pressure, and if this comes any close to her, I know that her body will probably not be able to fight it as much as most of us can. So I'm staying at home for my soso. I'm staying home for my family because I will not want anything like this affecting them. I'm staying home for my country people because I love my country and I love the people in my country, and I want us to stay safe, all of us to be safe. I'm staying home for Piera McKenna. Now, this is one thing that she said in one of her posts, is she's in self-quarantine, and she said that she's praying that we don't go on total lockdown, because if that happens, then that means that she'll not be able to see her baby girl any soon. So I'm staying at home so that we don't get a total lockdown, so that Piera can get back to her daughter and be with her daughter, be reunited with her daughter. And finally, I'm staying at home for me because I want to be healthy and to stay safe, and I don't want coronavirus to affect me. So I'm going to challenge you to have written down whoever you're staying at home for, or for whatever reason that you're staying at home, and tag me on Instagram. I would love to see who it is that you're staying at home for. But anyway, please stay safe, but stay calm, stay calm. And I'm telling you and I'm promising you that it is not worth it to go out. And especially if you're like me, if you're out, you know what the consequences, if you know what could happen, if you're aware, if you have the knowledge, if you have seen from the media the kind of things that are happening, the amount of deaths that are happening, then you will know that it is not worth it to be out there if you do not have to be. And I know that there are people who have to be at work still. Some of my aunties are still at work, and there's nothing we can do about that. But in their own way, they can keep safe. But in my own way, because I can stay at home, then I will stay at home. So please stay at home, stay safe, and stay calm. I pray that you stay calm, and I wish you all the best, and we will beat this. Okay, bye guys.